How about the bullpen that A.J. Preller's putting together in America's finest city? This from Jeff Passan, the Padres finalizing a deal to acquire Tanner Scott from the Marlins. Still pending medicals. Scott, an all-star this year for the first time in his career. Tom Verducci knows intimately the beast. What are the Padres getting for an already pretty good bullpen?
Yeah, the pickup of another power arm in that bullpen. I mean, A.J. Preller is doing the right thing here. He's got a rotation that spins the ball better than anybody else. And now we're talking about a guy who's come a long way from when he broke in with the Orioles. And went back and looked at it, he's always had a great arm, right? You see the velocity, pretty much what it was in his first full season in 2018. But look at the vertical release point. Back in 18, nobody was talking about vertical approach angle. That is throwing the ball with a low arm angle to the high point in the zone. And he has done that so well with some mechanical changes. Here he is back in 18 with Baltimore here. Watch the delivery now. Again, it's a good fastball, but you're going to see a very different delivery now here with the Marlins. Much lower release point. A lot of ride now with this fastball. Here's the differences. More of a tucked position here at the top of the windup. When he gets the ball behind him, look now, he's got much more into his leg, and there's more of a tilt in his arm swing. If you're looking at good four-seam fastballs, you want some shoulder tilt. Here's the big difference. Look how much he's using his legs, and that release point has dropped because of that. Now, again, when you throw from a low release point to the top of the zone, this is what you want. By the way, look at this list. The toughest four-seam fastballs to hit at the top of the zone, A.J. Preller went out and got 2 of the 3 best in the game. You're talking about stuff this time of year, everybody knows in the postseason, you want swing and miss stuff in the postseason. In the regular season, starters go 5 or fewer innings about 45% of the time. We get to the postseason, that number becomes 55%. It becomes even more of a bullpen game in the postseason. And against better lineups, you don't want the ball on the ground. You want swing and miss. A.J. Preller, I mean, he hit the ball out of the park with these 2 deals. I mean, right now, to me...
he's keeping the ball in the park.
San Diego is a dangerous team, not just now, but in the postseason.
Yeah, just look at now. I'm just looking at the back end of their bullpen guys, which Suarez, you could argue, is one of the more dominant closers in the game. Look at the 2 guys they've got in front of them now. They just acquired in trades. And the guy they were using as their primary setup guy, Estrada, is now pitching your 7th inning. I mean, it is...
3 closers potentially, and very much unlike when the late Kevin Towers reluctantly won his waiver claim for Randy Myers, and they had 2 closers in that bullpen with Trevor.
I remember that.
This is different. This is by design, and this is pretty dangerous.
Funny you bring up Randy Myers. That's what Scott's delivery looks like. Remember how Randy Myers got into his legs like that and would push that to the top of the zone? Tom, that was a great tape. And I love the fact, first thing I thought about was Al Leiter always talking about, you got to get in your legs. And you can clearly see in the video that you broke down, he's using his lower half. And that's how you avoid arm injury, too. And that's why he's able to repeat and come back day after day and still have it. I bet this guy rides bikes, runs. His conditioning for his lower half is probably the biggest difference.
Just a footnote. I don't know how many players they traded to get Scott, but since the end of the 2023 season, the Padres now have traded 19 players to acquire players they currently have on their roster.
Jerry DiPoto, eat your heart out.
Well, listen to this, though. 9 of the last 10 their first-round picks, they've traded. And so, I mean, A.J. is doing things we just have never...
So they'll draft and they'll trade them.
Exactly. That they've realized that only 3.6% of the players that are... Here's the notable trades that they've had. So, like, it's crazy to me the amount of players that they churn to add to their big league club. They have figured out a formula that works for them. They don't really use their player development system to augment their major league team, except Jackson Morrell, of course, is an all-star this year. They use their player development system to go out and get players that augment their big league teams or impact players at their big league team. So there's a lot of different ways you can build a championship team. And the one point that I want to make, and we can throw up this board real quick because I think it's so important, is that Matt Baker, researcher, all-star, Hall of Famer, put together a board last year that he's updated this year. Of all since 2013 to 2023, all of these prospects that get traded, only 3.6 of them turn into impact players at the big league level.
Wow.
So when you see 633 guys have traded.
I got to have my prospects.
It's trade capital.
Is what it is.
Exactly.
Absolutely. This is old school
and
thinking.
so it's a way, and it's almost the way now you've got to rebuild your organization in light of the new draft rules. The draft rules have really boxed the traditional way to rebuild.
So Dan, let me ask you this, because you've been on both sides of the coin in the thinking. I got to have my prospects to develop an organization, and I also have them to deal. You guys did a lot of that in Cleveland. You did a lot of that the other way in Colorado. So you've done them both. How do you think, which formula is better?
Yeah, I think, there's 3 categories of prospects. There's impact guys, and an organization has them. They're not many of them. But you need to know who your impact players are. So, like, you need to know the players in your own system better than anybody you're going out and acquiring. Yeah. So there's 3 categories. There's impact guys, there's contributors, and value players. You never let a trade stand in the way for a value player or
Music. We got a deal. We got a deal to talk about.
Telling me I'm talking too much and shut up.